Up again. Well, that's if you are back again. Hello if you're new. Thank you for coming to look at the channel. Really like to thank the new subscribers and obviously the ones who have subscribed before and are still watching. This is just a short video. Well, it was a short trip. It was just a weekend trip, a Friday night, Saturday night, up to Eztergom and Visegrad, up in the north of Budapest, right on the Slovakian border. Really nice trip. We really enjoyed it, and hope you enjoy watching the video. If you do, please do the usual: subscribe, like, comment, all that sort of thing. It all helps. And if you're like my mother, who thinks that subscribing is going to cost you money, it doesn't. It don't cost you a penny, but just subscribe if you would. It does help the channel, and I really want to grow the channel and hopefully get things better. Well, can't get much worse. So hopefully get things better, and you will enjoy it more. And we've got quite a few trips coming up. We're going a couple of another weekends away, hopefully. And then we've got the big trip over to the UK, then down to Spain. And we're building a new setup in the back. We've been inspired by, well, it was Jimmy in living in a Tesla that sort of got it going. And then the French couple, he's done a video with the French couple. I will put a link into the video. Maybe not this one. I'll put a link. I might do. I'll put a link in somewhere, either this one or when we're doing the make of our build. Now, obviously, they're doing a build in a Tesla Model Y, which is higher than us. And that's a different floor plan. It has the level to the lip of the boot. Ours is down, not as high roof space. So ours is slightly different, but we're on with that. It's not in this video, but hopefully you will subscribe and get that later. Thanks very much. It's another glorious weekend here in Hungary. Forecast to be 29-30 degrees, and we're into the back end of September now. So we've decided we're going to take the bikes and we're going to go from our house down here over to a place called Eztergom. It's northeast, slightly northeast of Budapest. It's about 3 hours 20 minutes, roughly 3 hours 16 there. That's including a 20-minute stop at Zsőr. Now, the reason I'm stopping so long, I've got plenty of power, but I've set the arrival energy. You can see on the Tesla, you can set the arrival energy. I've set it for 60 because it's forecast to go quite chilly in the night. So we're going to use maybe 10 to 12%, I think, on the aircon, where we find somewhere to sleep tonight. And then we're going to be coming back. Instead of coming back the same way, I think we're going to come down from Eztergom, avoiding Budapest, but we'll come down to Székesfehérvár, which is another supercharger down there, which is a nice one, and come down the south side of the lake, down past Siófok, and then back up home that way. Not definite, but that's what I'm planning. But while we're in Eztergom, you can see on the map, or maybe just see on the map, we're literally on the border here into Slovakia. So we're going to we'll cross the bridge over the Danube into Slovakia and see what's there as well. And hopefully it'll be a nice weekend. I'm setting the car up already because there's only the two of us, so it's easier. So we have the Dream Case mattress. So you have the what is the case for the Dream Case mattress becomes the base to level out the area of the boot. When the front seats fold forward, there's that lip. When the Dream Case container itself becomes the base to level all that ground out, you put the mattress on. Then we've got the side panels on. You can just see they're velcroed on just to stop you falling down there. Karen likes a bit of extra mattress. I don't know why, but anyway, I don't need it. But she's got the air mattress. It's the self-inflating air mattress. And then here, you can just see under there's the legs for the Dream Case. So that makes it so that your head doesn't flop down where the seats drop forward there over the back seats. So it's a really nice level thing. We've worked out now, we've spent over 35 nights in sleeping in the car. So it's actually... I mean, it was about €600. I can't remember exactly, €600 or something to buy, but it's more than saved its money, and it's brilliant for us. We love it. And there we are, set up, ready to roll. All very cosy, pillows in. The fridge will sit on here while we're travelling, and it goes on the passenger seat, or the driver's seat actually, during the night. And our bags go underneath where the pillows are. We can store bags under there. And we can also store things, if you look here, if I lift the base up, under this section. Now, it's, I don't know if you can see with the light here, it's only about 3-4 inches deep, but if you put things flat in there, clothes, towels, that sort of thing, it just makes it so they're out of the way and easily accessible. We're at the supercharger at Győr, spelled G-Y-O-R, and I didn't really need to stop. I could have got to our destination without having to stop, but I'm wanting to get there with 60%, so that I've got plenty for sleeping in the car and going anywhere while we're there, and then coming back down via Székesfehérvár. We'll go that way, I think, on the way back. Might come this way, but maybe not. But it's 10 Tesla superchargers here. It's the version 3, so CCS only. You've got to have the adapter. It is open to all vehicles though, obviously. And we're at the OMV petrol station. Easy to get to on the motorway. And as long as you've got a vignette for the motorway, you've no issues. So it was 3 hours 21 minutes from leaving home to getting here. We're at the campsite Gran Camping, I think it's called, just Gran Camping. Right on the banks of the Danube, 15-20 minute walk into different parts of Eztergom. Going for a Chinese meal this evening, and we'll go look at the Basilica and that tomorrow. But we may go on the bikes into town tomorrow, we'll have a look. Very, very quiet, the site. Obviously out of season now. Hardly anybody here. And it does go for quite a way in the other direction, and there's lodges and stuff. But even there, very, very empty. So we had a 20-minute stop on the way up. And Google said 3 hours driving, so we're dead on time. And we're going to go for the Chinese and see how that goes. Well, that was a very nice Chinese meal. We've walked back. It's about a 20-minute walk each way to get to the restaurant. Not too bad at all. It's now 20 to 11. We've got 65% battery. The phone's just plugged in charging. The fridge is plugged into the 12 volt to keep cool all night. It sounds noisy there, but it's not usually too bad when we're sleeping. I've set the temperature at 20 degrees and the camp mode is on. The doors are locked and we're off. Hopefully get a good night's sleep. Well, it's 7:05. The bikes are still safely on the roof. We don't bother blocking the skylight out this time of year. In summer we might put a towel over the top or something dark just to block it out, but we've been awake since about 6:15 on and off. You know, you wake up, you drift in and out of sleep, but a good night's sleep. We've lost 11% of the battery charge. We're down at 54% now, but that's nothing to worry about at all. And it's forecast, I've just looked, 30 degrees for today, so it's going to be a hot one walking round or cycling round. And of course the big thing you look for when you're camping is it raining? Doesn't matter if you're in a tent, camper van, caravan, whatever unit you're in. If it's cold, you can manage. If it's warm, you can manage. If it's wet, you can manage, but it's a pain in the ass. The cycle route, the Eurovelo 6, comes through this area, goes right up to Budapest, from over at France, La Rochelle, I think it starts. But we're here. This is the back view, if you like, of the Basilica here in Eztergom. But it's a beautiful day. It's just getting a bit of water out for a drink. The River Danube, looking a bit better than last time we were here. And then this Riviera travel boat, the William Wordsworth. We've just met some fellow Brits on the cycle path. They were walking. It's their first day of the cruise, going up towards Budapest on the river cruise. and it will be a lovely cruise because it's lovely weather for the next week and some nice places to stop on the way. Now, it seems in Hungary that a lot of things that are worth visiting are at the top of hills. But anyway, we've walked up to the castle here, the Var, and we're at the Basilica. Now we can't actually go in even though we've got here because there is a mass in progress and they're stopping tourists. But the view's very nice. The setting sun overlooking to the west there. Well deserved beers after that walk up to the castle and the Basilica. And even better, we found in this bar they do Beyond Burgers, the best vegan burgers by far. That was a very nice meal, and we've had the fridge on all day today, so I'm just looking at this power. We've got 45% of charge left, so we're probably going to lose another 13 to 15% tonight. It takes us down to 30, which would get us to a supercharger, I think, either Székesfehérvár or Győr, or maybe one around Budapest, I don't know. So the plan today is to drive over to Visegrad, and it's another medieval city with castle, and then we're going to get a short 5-minute ferry ride over to Nagymaros, and there's a cycle track. It's the Eurovelo 6, so it's fully paved, cycles only, or cycles and pedestrians only, for about 9 kilometres each way over to a little village, have a coffee there, and then we'll come back to Visegrad, drive down to the Buda supercharger, which is just north of Budapest. I'm not one I've been to, but it's, it says we have to stay there for 6 minutes just to get us to Székesfehérvár. And at Székesfehérvár we have to stay, what, there, 35 minutes. And then that'll get us home nicely. Plenty of charge. And the end of the weekend. So we've arrived at Visegrad. There's the castle right up on the top of the hill there. I think that's one for another day, that. And we're going over on the ferry to a place called Nagymaros, and then cycling, as I say, it's about 10 kilometres, 9-10 kilometres, I'm not sure exactly, along the Velo 6, Eurovelo 6, and then we'll come back, get the ferry back. Wasn't actually aware, but they have a ski resort here at Visegrad, Nagyviljem, or Nagyviljem Hague. So that must be the hills around here, but if it's got a ski resort and a bobsleigh, I know it's not a bobsleigh run on ice, but there's all around snow. So it must get fairly cold up here in the winter. And we get it cold down where we are. It goes down to about -15 for a couple of months. Not a lot of snow though the last 2 or 3 years, but they must get plenty up here. Directly off the Eurovelo is this little cafe bar we found. This is the first one I've come across. Kerék bar, or Kerék bar, is wheel bar, as in wheels on your bike. So it's the wheel bar in Zebegny, or Zebegeni, that should be Zebegeni. Right on the Danube. It's a lovely spot. Just enjoying our coffees here. Nice little bar area. And a welcome break. We're only, 6 kilometres in. We were going to have a coffee before we started, but we thought we'd come along here. 6 kilometres in, and it's a nice stop. So this section is actually running alongside the road. It's still fully paved, goes for apparently 50 kilometres, 27, there's 27 to the next big town, but it goes for a long way paved like this. Some sections are alongside the road like that, other sections are purely by the river and separated well from the road, so you can't even hear the noise. But it's a really nice route. Hungary is not normally good for cycling on the roads, I'll be honest. The Hungarian drivers don't seem to be that cycle aware or that cycle friendly, and if you're on the roads I wouldn't feel particularly safe. But when you're on the designated tracks around the Balaton, or there's lots around the country, it really is lovely. And if you like cycling, we have family members who've cycled from La Rochelle in France right over to Budapest. Took them 2.5 weeks, something like that, but the majority of it was on these sort of Eurovelo routes and camping along the way. Really, really nice. So if you're fit enough or young enough and adventurous enough, get on your bike and enjoy it. We've cycled just over 11 kilometres along the cycle track to a village called Sobe, S-Z-O-B, and I think this is the only thing worth seeing in Sobe, because online, when you look it up, every picture's of this church. But quiet little village, nice little ride. Should be a fairly easy 11 kilometres back and get the ferry back over, and then I think we'll head off to the supercharger and home. A view from this side of the river. Some decent sized freight boats on the Danube, same as the Rhine, same as the Seine I suppose. Still commercial routes. The castle right up there. Definitely going to come back, do the castle another time. We've seen plenty of spots for wild camping on this trip actually, so won't need to pay for a campsite. We'll just do the wild camping in the Tesla. The thing is, when you've got the blinds up, it just looks like a car park. It doesn't look like anything like someone is camping or sleeping in it. Especially if you get there sort of 8, 9 o'clock at night, just put the blinds in, straight to the back, nobody has a clue. We're on the ferry back now, and cars have been left behind. There's absolutely no more room. Packed up here. Motorbikes, everything, people. As you can see, it's a nice little earner, especially on a Sunday. 29 degrees today, 21st of September, and these ferries run every hour from this side. I think they could do them every 30 minutes and still make money, because there's cars queuing to get on the next one. We're at Székesfehérvár supercharger. I did stop at Óbuda in Budapest supercharger but it was for 7 minutes, and I forgot to film anything. To be honest, I was watching the highlights of yesterday's football, seeing as we won for a change. So watched that on YouTube, and then it was time to drive away. So we're here for, it says 21 minutes to get us home. Might be a little bit longer, because she always likes to have a little wander around Orcan. And it's 33 degrees Celsius, and it's the 21st of September. So still incredibly warm at the moment. But we had, as I said, we had 7 minutes it was in total, 7 minutes charging at Óbuda, just enough to get us here comfortably. Got here with 15%, and this is 21 minutes, but I think we'll be a bit longer. We'll see, but we'll be next stop home, 2 hours away, 2.5 hours from here.